In the bustling cities of our modern world, there is a growing divide that threatens the very fabric of our society. The gap between the rich and the poor is widening at an alarming rate. But why is this happening? Let's delve into the key factors that drive this inequality gap and what it means for all of us. Technological advancements have revolutionized our lives, but they've also disrupted the job market. As machines take over routine and low-skilled tasks, the demand for higher-skilled workers surges, leaving many struggling to find well-paying jobs. The result? Wage stagnation and an ever-widening income gap. The impact on low-skilled workers is particularly severe, as they face limited employment opportunities in an increasingly automated world. Globalisation, the force that has connected our world like never before, has its downsides too. While it brings economic growth and expanded trade opportunities, it also shifts jobs from developed countries to places with lower labour costs. This has left low-skilled workers in a state of uncertainty as they struggle to compete in a globalised economy. The consequences? Wage suppression and job insecurity, further widening the gap between the haves and the have-nots. Education is the key to unlocking opportunities and a better future. But sadly, it's not equally accessible to everyone. Disadvantaged communities often lack well-funded schools, qualified teachers, and the resources needed for a quality education. As a result, social mobility becomes a distant dream, perpetuating intergenerational poverty. The soaring cost of higher education further exacerbates the problem, limiting the chances for low-income students to break free from the cycle of poverty. Tax policies can either bridge the gap or widen it. Regressive tax systems burden low-income earners disproportionately, while the wealthy often benefit from loopholes and exemptions. And policies that favour corporations and the rich create an uneven playing field, where the few accumulate more wealth, leaving the rest with less. It's a vicious cycle that continues to widen the inequality gap. Income and wealth concentration, where fortunes become concentrated in the hands of a privileged few, while the majority struggle to make ends meet. The gap between the rich and the rest of us keeps growing, making it increasingly difficult for those at the bottom to climb the ladder of success. The rise of financialization and the focus on capital returns have only intensified this trend, creating income volatility and further widening the wealth gap. Finally, the influence of money in politics. Wealthy individuals and corporations hold disproportionate power, shaping policies that serve their interests, often at the expense of the poor. Tax cuts for the rich and reductions in social safety net programs are just some examples of this. This influence perpetuates the cycle of inequality, leaving many behind and favouring the privileged few. The growing inequality gap is a challenge we must confront, for the sake of our society and the well-being of all its members. By addressing these interconnected factors, implementing inclusive economic policies, ensuring equitable access to education, and reducing the influence of money in politics, we can begin to bridge the gap and build a future where everyone has a fair chance to thrive. It's time to stand together and create a more equitable world for all.